Hello, good afternoon, good morning, wherever in the world you are. I have got something incredible that I want to share with you, and I think and I hope and I desire that actually truly inspires you to see that there is so much growth available to you in this lifetime. Hello, beautiful Emma. I've got another epic story to share with you today, and I know you get lit up by my stories. So today I wanted to jump in and share with you how I launched my second multi-six-figure business and how I created multi-six figures in less than 8 months recently. Hello, how are you today, beautiful? I hope that you are well. I wanted to share this story because I deeply believe that it's incredibly powerful and potent, because quite often in business, no matter what stage of business we're in, we often can feel like it's a greater level of growth that's available to us, but it's not available to us. So we can see that other people are achieving these incredible levels of growth in their business and are creating 50K years and 50K months and 100K years and 100K months and 200K years and 200K months, but we don't have a level of belief that that's actually available to us. And if we do have that level of belief, there might be a layer of us that actually fears that level of growth. Have you ever experienced that before? Have you ever experienced the fear of success? That was quite literally one of my biggest challenges that I had to overcome, a limitation that I had in my business, because my thought was that if I were to grow and create success, to create a 100K year, to create a 200K year, to build 2 multi-six-figure businesses, it would mean that I would not be able to be present with my babies, because at that point, I was completely stretched. I was overwhelmed, exhaustion, burnout. There was no way that I could continue growing my business if nothing else changed in terms of the structure and the strategy and the teams and the systems, right? What ended up happening is, after I had that moment of clarity when I realized that it was actually me holding me back, I had a moment where I was like, okay, I've got some shit that I need to work on. And truly what I ended up doing was creating so much growth despite the fear and limitations that I had, because on the other side of that fear and that doubt and that uncomfortable fear of failure and fear of success was actually my most dreamiest life, creating a life where I was working the hours that I wanted to work and having a team that was supporting me and having a team that was working towards the vision that we all hold in our hearts. And it was like, how much more can I expand my business, and how much more systems can I implement and strategies can I implement that will absolutely get me the results without killing a portion of my soul? Have you experienced that before? Have you thought deeply about what your limitations are in business? Have you thought deeply about what your fears are? But perhaps there might be a layer of you that is actually holding yourself back because there's a secondary gain to failure. And my secondary gain to failure was actually being at home, being present with my babies, which is actually one of the other loves of my life that completely lights me up, right? If my launches weren't successful, if my second business wasn't successful, if brides didn't book me, I deeply had a secondary gain, and that was that I got to spend time with my babies. So really, the failure of my business was a success in another area of my life. So as I dived deeper into that, I started to realize not only was I holding myself back because I was fearing that the success would take me away from my babies, I was holding myself back because the fear of success would absolutely mean that I would not be present with my babies. But little did I know that the success was what gave me back more time. The success is what gave me more teams that supported me. The success was what helped me to build more systems and strategy in my business, so that when I was in my business, I was absolutely doing CEO tasks that got results, that got growth, that got and build my systems and teams out, right? So a few of the things that I did differently this time when I launched my second business was I was really strategic with who I was helping, the offers I was creating. I was aligned with what I was creating, as in everything that I created in my second business was absolutely 1000% in alignment with who I am. in alignment with where I wanted to go, in alignment with what I desired. And have you ever experienced this before where you've tried to create something and it didn't truly light you up and it didn't truly feel like a full body fuck yes? It didn't feel like an expansive, energetic field where you were like, I could quite literally do anything right now. That's how I feel when I'm in my mentoring business. It's like magic happens when I'm in my mentoring business. I can't even explain it. And magic happens when I'm supporting my Elegant Edge team and I'm supporting them to grow and nourish, because I've now realized that my greatest passion in life is helping other women to achieve their dreams, right? So when I have new team members coming into Elegant Edge, and when I'm able to nourish them and support them and train them to grow and be a better version of themselves where they can create with absolute confidence, I feel fucking lit. I am like on fire, firecracker, nothing's holding me back. That's how I feel when I'm educating my team, when I'm educating my students, when I'm educating my clients. I am lit by it. So that is the number one thing that was different in launching my second business, is that I was so in a line. I knew exactly who I was helping. I knew what my purpose was. I knew what the desire that I had inside of me. And so it was through that I started to create experiences and courses and programs, right? That was in alignment to that core message, that core vision, and that core dream that I had for everybody in my world. When I started to create with intention the courses and the education that fucking lit me up, and then also offered my students and my clients the most sensational transformation that they desired, that was in alignment to them and what they wanted in their world. Emma, is this resonating? You're one of my expansion clients, so you'll know. And you'll really see that when I created those courses and that education from my alignment, that space of what I'm here to do, I created incredible transformations and courses, right? Then when it came to selling that, to launching it, it was like a different movement from hairdressing, from bridal business. I had to be so in alignment with my marketing and my sales. I had to really remain connected to who it is that I wanted to attract, who it is that I wanted to support, who it is that I desired to have this transformation that I'm offering. This is the same for bridal. It's the same for business. It's the same for online marketing. If you want to become magnetic when you're selling your bridal experiences, when you're selling your bridal packages, when you're selling everything that you do in your business that is fucking incredible, you really want to tap into, what does it feel like to be a bride of yours, a client of yours? What does it feel like to be a client, a student of yours? So if you're offering education and events, then you want to tap into, what does that feel like to be in your energy, to be learning from you? What does it feel like to be surrounded by you and the way that you think and be in life and business, right? This is one of the potent things in marketing and selling, because if you want to step away from, and I'm sure you do, you wouldn't be in this industry if you didn't, away from that masculine, salesy, I think I just got repulsed a little bit there if you see that on the video. That yucky feeling of like icky sales. This is the hack. Honestly, the hack is to be heart-centered and selling from a space of authenticity and connection. When I'm connecting to my clients or my future clients or future clients who might want to work with me, I am absolutely connecting to what it will mean for them to be a part of my world, and I get to know them intimately before they're even a client of mine. I get to know what is it that they want to create. What is their biggest vision? How big is their vision? And do I actually have what it takes to support them, to lead them towards their vision, right? When I'm that connected to their results and their transformations, it's actually in those moments that I'm able to connect even more deeply to them. So they starts to transition from I'm selling to I'm serving. I'm like, I have the solution that will help you, and I absolutely feel lit trying. Like, the idea of helping you achieve this in your lifetime fucking makes me like I'm like a rocket on a rocket ship, right? So it's like, do you feel that way when you're selling your bridal business, your bridal packages? Do you feel that way when you're selling your online education or your in-person workshops and retreats? Do you feel that way when you're actually marketing your new job descriptions or job availabilities for your expanding your team? My brain just went, had a meltdown there. Do you feel that way when you're marketing your new job opportunities for when you're expanding your team? I'll let you in on a little secret here. Building your world-class team doesn't just come down to how they can help you and how they can do what they can do for you. It's actually very much the other way. When you create a job opportunity and it's in alignment for supporting your future team member in their growth and development, and you're connected to supporting their vision as well, very much like what I've just shared with you when you're selling your new offer or education or your bridal packages to a client and you're connected to them, that is absolutely the connection that you want to lead interviews with, lead job description and advertising with. That is the next level connection that will break through that old school fucking hierarchy. Like, it's just a yucky feeling for me. That's how you build a community within your culture of your brand, of your business. That's how you'll build this relationship with your team members that will fucking admire you and also feel loyal to you and create that level of like, we're on a rocket ship together and we're going in the same direction. Have you ever experienced, if you're in a business where you're like hiring and trying to build your team and you're like, my turnover is fucking next level. It's like I can barely hold anybody in my team for longer than 2 weeks, longer than a month. Well, let's have a look at your leadership. Let's have a look at how you're bringing women into your world. Let's have a look at, oh, bless my client, just loving us. Let's have a look at the culture that you're creating, and let's have a look at how you're connecting to your team members' vision as well. That can be a huge, huge pivot and shift in the dynamics of your business in creating a culture where your team actually wants to work towards this vision and work towards upselling, cross-selling experiences in your salon or your bridal so that you can continue growing the revenue of your business as well. It's like, how can we all be on the same team? That is connecting to your team member, right? Same thing when you're selling and marketing you to a client. When you're connected to your client immensely, not just like, I need to put a post up on Instagram and I need to sell this and this is what my content plan is telling me to do right now. I need to jump onto Instagram stories and sell my client experience. Not excited about it. What I always do, it's like I get into the energy of what it will mean for my clients to be a part of my world. I get into the energy of what it will mean when my clients have the transformation that they desire. So when I'm connecting, Emma, you will even know this for you and I, right? When you joined Expansion, I connected to what it was that you desired, what your biggest challenges were. And obviously I checked in with myself to make sure that I could completely support you. Then once I'd understood that I could completely support you and this was going to be transformational for your world, I absolutely led with that. I was connected to you. I was connected to what this meant for your family. Oh, I could cry. To cry. That's how connected I get. I get connected to, like, I'm crying. Oh my God. I deeply am surprising myself right now. I get connected to my clients and what that transformation means for their family and what it means for their world, right? So it's like, how can you do that in your business? When you do that, it's not about selling, it becomes about relationships. I was not expecting that whole slice of emotion to just downpour on me. That's love right there, Emma. It's like, how can you connect to that relationship even more deeply? And when you're on the other side of that and somebody does, you can feel energetically that they deeply care about the transformation that they desire and the transformation that they're sharing with you that they can help you to create. It's then that you can trust them, right? It's then that you feel supported by them. It's then that in that moment, they've created a space for you to open up, be vulnerable, and just truly a space for you that transformation to come through. And that's ultimately what I help my clients do in Expansion, right? And that's ultimately how I lead my sales and marketing. You'll see in my content, I don't do it like, hey, Expansion Mastermind's open. This is where you can go. It's like I connect with my audience first. I connect with a story that I have to share that will be potent and powerful for you, and it will be transformative. I connect with where you are now, and I connect with where you might desire to be. Everybody's got their own stories, so obviously my stories might not resonate all the time, but it really comes down to the connection and the relationship in an authentic, heart-led, energetic sales. So beautiful. I hope that you've loved this little mini training. It actually, that is truly how I've pivoted from showing up and being masculine or salesy and very old school selling in when I first launched my bridal business, and not truly understanding the concept of connecting to your brides, connecting to your clients and their transformation. That is what the biggest pivot and shift has been in my world from when I launched my mentoring and built a multi-six-figure business in less than 8 months versus it taking me 8 years to even get to that stage in my bridal business. And that has quite literally been the transformation and the difference between not having any strategy or systems or even understanding the foundations of business compared to now when I'm leading with my own unique business strategy that is so fucking aligned to the woman who is connected to her vision, her purpose, and her clients. It's about creating businesses that are heart-led and an incredible client experience. And I mean, if there's ever an industry that is very important on creating a 6-star connected client experience, it will quite literally be our industry. Like, you're not a dentist going for a checkup. You don't really care if the dentist builds a connection with you because you're like, could you just do your job and see you later? I'll pay on the way out. But a bride, this is her most cherished day that she has dreamed about her entire life. If you don't believe there's an emotional connection to her vision, then there might be a bit of inner work that we might need to do together, beautiful. But yeah, as you can see, I love a heart-led, centered business. It truly has been the most transformational growth that I've experienced in my world since changing into building my marketing, my sales, my client experience, my packages, my brand experience, my branding. Everything in my business really does come down to the core of our vision, and that is connection, love. All right, so that being said, I wanted to share with you that I have created something behind the scenes. You'll get it, I'm going to put the link below, but you'll have access to have a little behind the scenes insight into Expansion Mastermind. I thought this would be an incredible way for you to see and truly understand the value of what Expansion Mastermind is. It isn't just a program that you can watch and then not implement and then you're like, did I even get my investment back? No, this is like a high touch group mentoring experience. And by high touch, I mean I'm in there daily. So I really wanted to share with you behind the scenes. If you're interested, I'll leave the link, but you'll have access to see everything. You'll get access to the online portal. You'll see what happens in there, what each module includes, and the experience that you'll get, the transformation that you'll receive as you lean into that module. You'll also see a little behind the scenes of the Facebook group and the Facebook chat. That's going wild, by the way. It was freaking hilarious. And then you'll also get insight into our shared calendar and all of our upcoming quarterly events and masterclasses and programs that are coming up over the next quarter. I'm so excited. So that's going to be an incredible insight for you, beautiful, if you've been interested or intrigued about what actually happens behind the scenes of Expansion Mastermind. But thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was from today's training. Let me know if it's a full body fuck yes for you. Do you feel like you are connecting to your dream bride and your dream client or your dream student when you are marketing, when you're selling, when you're showing up to market your incredible offer that you've created? Do you feel truly connected, or do you feel like it's a task that you need to tick? Thank you so much for joining me, beautiful Emma. And I can believe, but I can't. How quickly those emotions just washed over me. Thank you so much for joining me, gorgeous. And I hope everybody catching the replay has a wonderful weekend ahead. Big love, beautiful ladies.